Hello, hello, good evening. There is not a clap of thunder appearing with me this evening, like there is when you log into Classic Hardcore at the moment. But I am here nonetheless, and we are gonna do Evening WoW instead. Classic Hardcore tonight, I have been thinking about um, wanting the Brutosaur, which is on the cash shop, and I regretted it not getting it last time. But it is a lot of money. So anyway, I'm just trying to think of a way to kind of make it an in-game reward. Unfortunately, I am not enough of a goblin, I believe they call themselves these days, to have anywhere near enough gold to buy it. Um, to just buy it with gold that I've earned. So we might be chatting about finding a way for it to be a reward for some in-game achievement. Hello, Songville. Welcome in. We are also celebrating that my goal has been achieved. 20 of 20 followers. I'm gonna let that be something that we celebrate this time, and I will update the goal to something higher after the stream. Now, let me see if I have a battery charged so that I can keep my computer cool and quiet. I have one with a little bit of a charge, and since I'm smart, I'm gonna start the other one charging, and then we will go ahead and get started. How is Agatha doing? Agatha the sweet. Also, the crazy kitty. She's about to go to jail. Yeah, that do sound like a kitten. She's about to go to jail. Can she go to like temporary jail? You know, like kind of like a sin bin method? When we've talked about maybe she's doing it to get your attention, I feel like that might be the case. Um, but hopefully you playing with her for a dedicated amount of time here right before stream um, has helped her a little bit.
I need to get closer.
All right. So I have recently been checking out my gear. I have hit 50 on this character now. It is the highest I've ever gotten in hardcore, although to be honest, this is also my main hardcore character, so I have not died on him, and I would like to continue that trend. Um, but I was evaluating, looking at his gear, what things need to be updated imminently, and the reality is, like, vanilla upgrades, I wonder if they're deceptive, but oftentimes something that's like 10 levels behind still is only like a +1 to a +3, maybe, less of stats, unless, you're getting a blue or something. So when I've searched the auction house, I haven't found anything that's been immediately obvious to replace. I had a scare last week. I think it was after the streaming day. So I don't know what of it I have said. I'm still on my title card. All right, well, I was showing you all of my gear. Thank you for letting me know. But I was just saying that looking through the auction house, sometimes, I'm level 50, this is level 40. Sometimes an item that is closer to my level is like maybe plus 3 stats at max more. Um, Glad to have you here. 7 streams in a row, Songvale, which is almost a month and a half. More than a month and a half. You are coming up on 2 months of support. Thank you for that. Um, but yeah, like the amount of stat gain is very very low, but at the same time I feel like you can still tell like when your gear is behind. So I think it is just a reality that like in this version of the game like plus 3 was a meaningful amount even though it doesn't feel like it should be a meaningful amount because it's very very small. Um yeah. But I was not on stream. I was just hanging out with Songvale and I got kind of into like an autopilot mode. I was just running through a bunch of mobs that were like at level with me or maybe just into orange and very nearly died. In fact, there was kind of this funny thing where like right as my hearth went off, you could see this slime appear in the corner. Very, very scary. Honestly, I should clip it. Or, no, I don't have a video of it. I was thinking I should pull that, but since I was just in Discord, there's no record of this happening. But I promise you it happened. It was very scary. Um, I did not like it. And actually, once I got back to Stormwind, so I was safe, and it was like 2 minutes later, I think that's when like the adrenaline. It probably had already hit me, but it was like wearing off, and I was like quaking. Like I didn't have great control over my hands anymore. Um, so it was not something that I could just continue playing after. Let's see. This evening I have my first quest for Blackrock Depths. We are not getting anywhere near that at 50 just yet, though. We got some Ungoro dirt we could go get. We could find a group for Mara. I'd really like to do these Hinterland quests. But I also feel like getting these Courser Antlers would be good. Um, hmm. Let's do the Courser Antlers because even though that's where I almost died, I have now been there farming and I have not died. Like, it wasn't like the area wasn't dangerous. Like I was dumb about how I was running through it. Um, but I feel like I have never, maybe one time I have watched somebody die in Ajara, but I have watched people die to um, Devil Sores many times. So I'm a lot more concerned about Devil Sores. And that's true. There's not like a whole lot of reason to go to Ajara. But yeah, I'm just concerned that they will like sneak up on me. I probably should have bought some arrows, although I think there is right next to the flight path I'm gonna land at. There is oop. This is that quest we were doing, Sungvale, where I said it was dangerous. Indeed it was. Somebody just died to it. But I think there is somebody who sells arrows right next to the flight path I'm gonna land at. Indeed, thank the fates it was not us. I feel like I keep forgetting just how far I am. Like, in my head, Bright Ranger is, like, 30. But, like, no, I'm all the way up at 50. Sungo says, do I think she should try to knit or draw? It's a little hard to balance the drawing reference with the stream when she's on the laptop, and she hasn't drawn in, like, a week now and would like to not let herself just fall. Do you feel like drawing right now? Like, if it wasn't super cumbersome to set up, do you feel like you'd want to draw? Are you sitting on a couch or at your desk? That's a little more complicated then. Because I was going to say, like, well, it's cold out, so you could be at the desk. with Tron and the laptop and your drawing tablet. Um, hmm. I feel like, I mean, how much are you like really watching the stream? Slash, are you interested in going back and forth between your reference where you could put your reference like on one layer and then turn that layer's like visibility on and off to check it? I appreciate your attentiveness to the stream for sure. Longveil could do that, or could make the reference fairly small and mostly over the chat pane. Yeah, that'd work. I mean, at this point, I mean, be able to see the chat pane a little bit, so that you can help me with moderation, if that at all possible. But yeah, I mean, it's mainly you posting, so as long as you can only see the last message or two, and they're both from you, that would work. Most of that chat pane is like not super exciting, I imagine. Not because your messages aren't interesting, but because you posted the messages, so like, you know what got said. Person who just died is in my guild. That is okay. You don't need a witty response. You can just accept a compliment. Okay. To just be told that your messages are interesting and compelling, but that you can remember what your own messages are. But yeah, I am trying to think of like what I want the Brutus sort of feel like a reward for doing. On the one hand, I kind of want to like earn the gold to get to it, but on the other hand, like, I don't necessarily want to do grinding stuff for more than like an hour in the morning, an hour in the evening, and the gold gain rate of that is between like 4,000 and maybe 10,000 gold. And just doing the math on that, I mean, it would take a month to get one more token. And to pay for the whole thing with tokens, I need, let's see, 90 divided by 30 is 3. 15 divided by 30, or 30 divided by 15 is 2. So I would need 6 months of farming to get the tokens for it. So that seems really high, and I'm not sure. Like, I feel like I'm gonna burn myself out on grinding. But I do feel like somewhere between just its appearance and maybe my current interest in, like, gathering professions and, I guess, professions in general. So, like, fishing and mining and herbalism and making stuff. I feel like that... I want it to be something that I feel like I've earned through doing those things. Yeah, and I don't have time, because it probably, like, it'll go away. So I can't take 6 months to do this. So yeah, I guess that's kind of where I'm at. I want to figure out how it can feel like it goes with professions and gathering. Do you have any particular ideas, Songvale? I thought about like I think there's always going to be an element in which it feels a little bit arbitrary, because of course the game will not just automatically give it to me whenever this goal is achieved. I think I am going to end up having to like pay out of pocket for it. I don't know if that should be like collecting one of every material or getting, I think this would be extensive, and honestly, I'd spend a lot of gold on this, probably more than I'd be able to spend on tokens to offset the real money cost of the mount. Um, and thank goodness, yes, I can get some arrows here. Um, but it's like I don't know if I want to like get every profession like maxed out or something like that in skill points. Like I feel like there could be something fun about having strong professions. We are now on a quest. We're gonna go look for coursers. I am familiar with them being kind of up here, so that's where I'm gonna go and see what I can find. Do I have anyone right now who doesn't already have professions maxed? I don't have any characters at all with all professions maxed. Um, so I feel like I could do. I think I'm like most interested aesthetically in Cytheranor, my Varen character. Um, um, Mosshoof Runner. Those are not the coursers. Okay. Um, doing the blacksmithing and engineering, but I don't know. I don't know if there's like a lot of like if that's actually gonna be good as I'm doing it, because there's not a whole lot of like things to unlock. But maybe I just don't know what there is to unlock. Like I should go hunt around and see that one leather set that I found on the Blood Elf NPCs in that Northrend town. Like maybe I just need to go hunting and see what it is I want. I think it was like crafted gear that was difficult to find or something. I am paused for just a second as I move my chat log. I'm trying to find a spot so where I can put Twitch chat, have it be less in the way. Agatha will always be crazy because she is. Agatha, for those who are wondering, is Songvale's kitten. Only a couple of months old, and the most athletic creature I have ever met, which is saying something because I teach some very athletic middle school boys. But no, I think just in the sheer acrobatics that this kitten gets up to, crazy. Yes, Songvale is correct. She is insanely adept at parkour. But like also in the vein of like memes, people just like shout parkour and do completely unnecessary stuff, which I guess parkour kind of is too. Like the point of parkour is not to get from A to B as fast as possible. Oftentimes they climb up on stuff for no particular reason and jump off it. Um, but ooh, wasn't even paying attention to herbs here. I suppose like running around blind also doesn't feel super safe. So we're gonna pay attention. Very much so. Indeed, yeah, you in vanilla, like you had to choose like what you wanted to track. You could only track one thing. You could track herbs, track ore, um, or you could, if you were a hunter, use any of those other tracking. Also, I think even in vanilla, the cat form has the humanoid tracking. Alright, well, we're not gonna get dicey. I'm gonna go ahead and just pull these things. They are very large spiders. It would be great if Melody leveled up, so that it was not so easy to pull aggro off her.
Not ready yet. Past that yet. It's too far away.
Platform druids can track humanoids specifically. Yeah. But I don't remember, which this is kind of embarrassing because, like, vanilla through, like, the beginning of Wrath of the Lich King, almost exclusively, I played cat form druid. And no, for people who do not know, we did not know that cat form druid had been viable for the first 2 expansions. If you had specific items, we didn't know any of that. I didn't know any of that, so people just assumed I was bad, and I was bad. But I was having fun because I got to be a cat, and that's where I was at in my life. Ooh, these webs would be dangerous. 8 seconds. Gotta watch out for that. But despite that experience, I don't remember if I had always been able to track humanoids, or if it was something that I gained later in another expansion.
I can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
Oh, aim shot took too long. They got too close. It is not letting me... There we go. But I managed to stand away. We're gonna go for the herb over here. Beam foil. I know that one is also a valuable one. Khadgar's Whisker really doesn't sell very well. Purple Lotus does not sell very well, so I'm not super interested in going way out of my way to make sure I get those.
Not ready yet.
Alright, Songvale, I will see you in a little bit once you are back. Hopefully everything okay. Got people dying in Stranglethorn Vale. My guild chat right now is discussing what zones in hardcore scare people the most. Someone had just said Stranglethorn Vale right before someone died. I mean, not from the guild, but on the death alert.
That ability isn't ready yet.
I really need my one-handed sword to improve, but like, I am at this point right now where like that skill's up so slowly that it is absolutely brutal to be trying to grind out. I think what I probably need to do is get a healer to like come hang out with me and just be able to attack one target for an extended period of time. Because trying to get it on rats in the deep run tram is
Not ready yet.
it's just agonizingly slow. It's so slow. Alright, well, it has webbed me exactly in the zone where I can't reach to melee, and I'm too close to shoot. Very dangerous spot for a hunter to be in. Luckily, Melody was fine. Unfortunately, That level 31 is also a guildmate. It is a brutal night for this guild. My chat box is not completely behind the cloud. Well, I think it'll be okay. If I have anybody start trolling me, I will do it. Oh, they just logged back in. I bet their death was a decent.
I'm out of range. That ability isn't ready yet.
Fills up so slowly. I probably was talking about my one-handed sword skill. It's just very, very slow to grind up. Yeah, it is really brutal trying to improve those skills. Which, like, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm so glad they got rid of them. Honestly, like, I find like that number slowly going up, that like you're getting more competent with a sword or with a bow. I actually like that. I don't know why, but it feels like a good like RPG element to me. I find it interesting and immersive. But like, you know, it's also the case that for anybody who's ever tried to gain a skill, drawing, actually using a sword in real life, fencing, which I guess fencing is the thing there, whatever, like it takes a long time to gain those skills too.
It's too far away. Not ready.
Songwheel
I
also
can't
likes
do
having
that.
the weapon skills way better. See, we are on the same page about many things.
That ability isn't ready yet. Target something
Songvale feels like there's something else like that that she was thinking of, but she's not sure what it was. Um,
recharging.
was it reputations or quests? I feel like account-wide reputation seems like a loss to me. I have very rarely wanted to do a reputation grind again, but I still feel like there's something immersive about it, a specific individual being like in good graces of a particular organization, where like some of my characters it might make sense for them to be with a particular group that other ones would not be. Not eloquently put, but hopefully you get what I mean there. Um, let's see. Legs, hands, nope. We gotta figure out what we are. That. Songvale recognizes that they're trying to frame a war band as a crew of people working together. Yeah, and I like that. I think that does make sense. It's just it's unfortunate that like a bunch of my characters aren't aware of one another or affiliated, and like I don't want them to be.
That ability
At
isn't
certain
ready
points, I've kind of thought about the ways in which they were all related, but rather than like feeling like this really cool network, it made it just feel like when you've been watching a show that was really deep and complicated, and then somewhere around like season 4 or 5, everything suddenly is all about one thing. Like it all becomes really interconnected. And I think I have so much variation in alts on like both factions and from a number of different races, despite the fact that we always talk about our blood elves, that all of them being connected in some way, even if it ultimately could just kind of be chalked up to like the 6 degrees of separation between you and any other person on the planet. Um, it doesn't make the world feel expansive. It just makes it feel small. But yeah, it's the kind of roleplay premise that works for people who don't actually do roleplay. I agree. It's the kind of like roleplay thing or like level of roleplay, like adding NPCs to like the pig and whistle that talk all the time, where it's like, oh, it makes it a cool roleplay tavern for you to like go in and feel like you're in a tavern, but then if you're actually trying to roleplay in there, like they just keep like spamming over your posts because you're going to be in there a lot longer than the 2 minutes that like the scripted cycle is on. Oh, Soulbringer, what a cool name. The people with the coolest names are the ones I mourn the most. Ooh. Ooh, those shoulders look awesome. And of the owl, very useful. Let's vote. We're gonna vote something off the island here. Guess we'll get rid of this. There's a good chance that we're gonna end up needing, well, we won't have to skin any spiders, so if I have to leave that loot on a spider, that's not a big deal. Songville says, exactly like the RP thing I was talking about, with the NPCs that end up spamming real world players, or how Legion era Dalaran Ledger Domain Lounge looked like a great RP location on the beta until they put NPCs on both couches and in half the chairs. Yes, it does a good job of being a roleplay experience for people who are not there roleplaying. I bet I don't have any Mountain Silver Sage in my inventory to stack up with. Well, I feel like there's a good chance that I will loot all these things again. I'm gonna get rid of the oily blackmouth. I found a new place for my Twitch chat to go, with it like over where my chat box is for World of Warcraft. That feels very out of the way and like it is not disturbing me or getting in the way of my ability to see things, and it just feels much better. Now, ideally, someday I will have a desk where I can have like a second monitor for my chat, but this is working a-okay. I am glad that you at least really feel like doing something.
Not ready. Check abilities. Past that yet.
Its pursuit speed must be very high because it was slowed, but it's still like I could not get away from it. I thought all the chord reorchestrating that you were talking about, Songvale, would be like to move to your desk. Although maybe it is. Maybe you're in the process of moving to your desk right now. Okay. I need to get past all these guys. There's a lot of them. Was riding through here a good idea? No. We're gonna abort mission before I deeply regret this choice. Getting Shimmer's power cord and bringing her to the couch. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, I'm making a great choice in not running through this camp. Although now I did not realize like how much in the middle of it I already was. Wow. I am in danger, yes. They do look mad. And I don't really want to kill them because at some point, I think this is a reputation grind you do to like become friendly with them. And if I if I have to kill them, then I just dig that hole deeper where like right now they hate me and they assume I'm bad. I need them to not assume I am bad at some point in the future. We'll go to the other side of this big fissure, and then I think we are getting somewhat close to where I was seeing the coursers before. But we're gonna keep playing it safe. I like to play hardcore in kind of an immersive way, so rather than like a risk-taking, high-energy, like big adrenaline game, like that's not quite what I'm looking for. I'm more looking for the experience of what it might feel like if you were, actually living in Azeroth, and if you die, you die. So, you might pull carefully and try to figure out what's going on before you run in. Being obsessed with Highborn runes is quite okay. There's a lot interesting to discover. I want to explore these, but also I don't want to die. I guess maybe, like, this is a good argument for leveling a rogue. that you can go check places out. Not be not be afraid of that choice.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. I don't
I'm
have
not
time.
really practicing. I got this add-on you can see down here when I'm firing my bow that like tells me when I can run without making it a longer time before my next auto shot. Um, but I have just found that I feel much safer like setting up in one spot and staying there.
Can't cast that yet. That ability isn't ready yet.
Songville says, curious whether the big temple I was looking towards next time looks the same inside in vanilla as in Cataclysm Plus. I'm thinking based on its appearance that it is like the same as the Temple of the Moon in Darnassus, but I'm really not sure.
Recharging.
There's a razor sharp beacon. Knew we'd see more of those. Always good to check in with your stuff and just remember what buttons you have. And increase my armor. Attack speed can go up if I need more DPS. I feel like I probably will never use this because if I'm in a crisis where like less I guess maybe like it's a boss fight or something, um, but I feel like I'll want my potions to all work so like I can light a balloon out of there or something. Songville says it is, but post Cataclysm there's at least a statue in it other than the Darnassus one. And it's like this isn't a big question. It's probably the same, but just interested in it. Yeah, well, that is the stuff that lore explorations are made out of. So I support you.
That ability isn't ready yet. I can't do that yet. Not ready yet.
I do feel like the pacing of vanilla is like so showcased here. Like the last 3 times I've signed into Bright Ranger, I've been working on this quest specifically, which is like in the quest text
I
highlighting
can't do
a
that
low
yet.
drop
Not
rate.
ready yet.
And like this is what I'm working
That
on.
ability
Oh, dying in Naxxramas to one of your own group mates. Absolutely brutal.
isn't not ready yet.
Yeah, because they're perfect courser antlers. So it's one of those times when you have to like find undamaged ones. But that is how they justify like the drop rate being really, really low. Absolute F. Staying aware here. I do want to end up to the north, but I just don't want to pull more than I
That ability
intend.
isn't ready yet.
But
I
yeah,
can't do that.
honestly, I honestly, I don't know what I was saying. Somebody, people in LFG are talking about waiting for Classic Plus, and I was like, oh, I'm waiting for Classic Minus, or somebody else said I'm waiting for Classic Minus, and I was like, Classic Minus was Cataclysm. We are getting very close. But there's also starting to be,
I'm out of range.
you know, a lot of hippogriffs around. I guess we probably should clear apps. Oh, there's a Corsair. Alright, we have finally reached... After... How long have I been streaming? How long has it taken me to get back to doing the quest that I've been doing my last 3 play sessions for a couple of hours?
Not ready yet. That ability is
Ooh, that's not what I wanted to have happen. Well, we are gonna end up fighting 40 minutes. Took me 40 minutes to just get back to where I could do the objective again. Yeah, I feel like running, we're gonna end up pulling some other stuff. So we will go ahead and just...
I can't do that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready.
just eliminate him. I am now hostile. I mean, at least it's justified that I'm hostile now. Somewhat. I mean, I guess he came up and attacked me. So, there's that. I didn't choose this outcome for us. That is our first of a brand new type of healing potion. I realize that this is a stupid place for it, but I'm not ready to say goodbye. Well, am I? Yeah. Because this is not going to get me out of a bind. F for the Furbolg, indeed. Ooh, 53. So we are going to be thoughtful for sure about how we...
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. I can't pass that yet. It's never ready yet. It's still recharging. That ability isn't ready yet. Inventory is full.
Alright, well, we killed this one that was orange. And as you can see, we got a broken antler. So we have more farming to do. We have to get 2 of them. I am not sure how many coursers I have killed. But I have not. Not had much luck. There's a lot of Makaras happening this evening. I'm guessing this anyway, based on how many players are being killed by other players, especially like in Elwyn Forest.
That ability isn't ready yet.
I feel like somehow I ended up surrounded. I don't like that. I don't like that. There could be a PvP raid. Ooh, there's a courser over there. Another 53. Like, I just could see that getting dicey, you know?
I don't have a target.
Flashing back to the dragons respawning in the valley. Yes. Just... Oh, they're all back.
I can't carry anymore.
That would be so not good. So not good. Yeah, we were over in, Badlands. doing the Whelp and Elite Drake and the high level Elite Drake quest over there to get. I think the chest I'm wearing actually. I don't think that was for the fiery enchant that I ended up not using. It is a hunter quest. I am not. It's. I was directed to go like learn from this independent furbolg, some secrets of being a hunter. It's it was called like the hunter's charm or something like that. So I'm guessing it's gonna give me some kind of trinket, but I don't know offhand. Ooh, more coursers, excellent.
Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
This enrage does not seem like a joke, I have to say. I decided to just use the potion. I was getting worried. He was hitting me fast. Yeah, there's 2 more over there, which is excellent. Got a 52 and a 52. Ooh, 53. Alright, I have figured out where I'm supposed to go. Let's get rid of the hippogriff that I could face pull. Do I ever get confused about why I can't draw and then discover that I didn't turn on the pen? Thankfully, no. But that is because of the fact that my tablet doesn't have a pen that's ever, like, off. It doesn't have, like, a battery at all. I don't totally understand, like, what the technology is in it that you don't have to do anything. Oh, RIP to Sabi. That's brutal. I believe these Ridge Huntresses are stealthed around. That is one thing that's very nice about my pad tablet that I think would annoy me if I did go and like go half and half on like an iPad with you or something. Which we could revisit that. I talked about that right before I like bought a bunch of Tamagotchis. Um and then, you know, I was like, okay, I've spent money now. I'm done. But I am certainly still interested in maybe doing that. I guess we could talk about like going half and half on that for like a mutual Christmas present to each other, if that interests you. Although I imagine like that won't have as much like opening fun as we will both know what's in the box. Oh, broken antler. Which one aggroing on me? That scared me. I wasn't expecting the courser to be right there. It's so frustrating because it's not even clear like why it lags sometimes and why it doesn't.
That ability isn't ready yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet. That's that yet. That ability isn't ready yet. That's slowly charging. I can't cast that yet. That spell isn't ready yet.
Ridge hunters that aggroed onto me while I was solo farming whelps and drakes. Yes.
I can't.
Oh, yay! The first of the 2 antlers I need. Woohoo! Alright. So there's 1. Let's see. Let's see if we can get super lucky and just get the next one we need next. If you would like to do some research on what device you are interested in, um, and then let me know what you're thinking about, we could do that. I feel like I I think splitting it for Christmas could make sense. Although I admit, like, thinking about that where it's like, oh, but there won't be, like, any, like, present opening surprise doesn't doesn't sound as exciting, but admittedly the richness of us sharing this new thing does sound kind of appropriate. So, you know.
I need to get closer.
These, like, seem like they drop a grow very, very easily. And I don't know why I'm saying a grow in that way, to be honest. And it hits my health, like, really hard. Definitely need to be careful. I'm gonna put the other potions back on here since I have used the one that I got. The way that I'm saying aggro. Yeah, like it was doing like 10 cents or 10% a hit. I mean, yeah, that time I said aggro, but before I was saying aggro. Just see if I just like auto attack. If I still eventually pull.
Not ready yet.
I do. I don't know. I wonder if since this is like a mob for like Hunter Quest, I wonder if it has like an aggro drop mechanic specifically to like testing hunters.
I can't do that yet. Not ready yet. I can't do that yet.
I do want to be looking where I'm going.
I can't do that.
Oof.
That ability isn't ready.
Third person dying tonight in Naxxramas. Not good.
It's too far away. The spell isn't ready yet.
Please.
I can't.
We are done. No more of this dangerous quest. Alright. Now I have to remember how to get back to the person who gave it to me. I think they were over here somewhere. Or on one of these outcroppings. Shall flee responsibly. He like was up on a hill in one of these spike out. Fell to their death at 53. That is brutal. I feel like this hunter is probably, maybe? Nope. Because maybe the hunter is looking for him also, but I guess not. I might need to... He might be right there, or he's farther that way. But I am a little bit concerned about pulling and not meaning to. Particularly because sometimes they charge around like that, which is terrifying. Yes, running off a cliff would also be really bad. Northeast of the ruins of Eldor. I'm gonna go look over there because I feel like when I first came and looked for him, I didn't find him and I went way too far north. So I think there is non-zero chance that he is over here. This is not it for sure. I don't remember being behind this camp, so admittedly I probably did. Oh, Courser Antlers, there it is. One of the hippogriffs has a knockback here. But I don't remember which hippogriff. Right.
Have you found the antlers? You must possess keen sight and great patience to have attained thee. Well done. The wave thrasher is an amphibious beast living only here in Ajara. They are powerful and resilient. The tough, reflective scales from a wave thrasher mirror the strength of the hunter. Track and hunt wave thrashers along the coast of Ajara and bring me their scales.
All right. So that probably is all the way on the northern coast, I'm assuming. Wave thrashing sounds a little bit dangerous. So I'm wondering. I'm gonna ask my guild if anybody wants to do Alderman. I'm level 50. I'm on the higher end for that. But I feel like that might be safer than this particular zone. See if anybody takes me up on it. Also asking about anybody available or interested in helping with or doing the elites in the Hinter. Alderman does sound scary, but this zone is very scary. And I don't know. I'm not feeling super great about this. I feel like the coursers dropped aggro really easily on my cat. And I am just wondering if that was like a hunter skill mechanic, like a skill check for hunters. And I think that's great and that's valuable. But also I'm afraid that it will check my skill and find it unacceptable. I am sorry about the pencil lag. Did you try restarting your whole device? I know sometimes it doesn't, sometimes it does it, and sometimes it doesn't. We are protecting Bright Ranger. Sadly, no one in guild wants help me out. So that is unfortunate. Well, we could go find this quest giver in Tenaris. That might be a bit of an adventure. Where's my heart set to? Stormwind for Tenaris. Probably no worse than where I am. Honestly. Ooh. We came back in this and my heart jumped. I thought it was an enemy. Oh, that was scary. I did not like that. I guess the thing is, if I use my hearth, then I've used my hearth. You know what I mean? So maybe we will fight our way out. Alright. Well, this is not good. I think I'm gonna use my hearth. Because I don't like having pulled both of these guys. I realized that this was like the lamest I'm gonna hearth out of here ever. But I just feel like playing it safe. So we're just gonna leave. That was not intended. I really thought I could just pull one of them. That's not what happened. So, we're just gonna be safe. We're out. We're out. We will list some auctions here real quick though, just because my inventory is so full. Doing the safety. We're gonna make it to 60. Oops. You guys can't see the oops, but I messed with my Twitch chat in a way that I didn't intend to do. Found Silver Sage. We're gonna list it for 25. It's true. Hey, you could write a roleplay post. We're RPing with Runathe again. I hope you find him endearing and adorable. I'm sorry he doesn't talk about his trauma. I still think it would have been great, although it still, I guess maybe still could be great for him to interact with a mind reader. Somebody's like, Runathe's quiet, but he's friendly, and Gus Carver is just internally thinking about it. He's like, oh, he had thoughts, actually. He had lots and lots of things. I don't think I have a safety Runa emote. I think I've lost them now, but I mean, I did have like the bat emotes from the one server that like a friend had made. But I don't think I have them anymore. And per for these. And 30. Golden Sansom worth anything yet? Apparently, yes, but we'll see if anybody buys any of it. What, they want 1 gold per unit? Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I listed this for like a lot less than that a while ago, and it didn't sell. If this sells, though, I will be disappointed that I have skipped picking Golden Sansom just, like, to save the inventory space because I assumed it was pointless. That will be painful indeed. Also, to people watching, I know I'm, like, listing small amounts of this. My inventory space is at such a premium that I feel like I have to. I need it out of my inventory. So we're listing tiny amounts. My bank is full, yeah. Ah, somebody dead in Zul'Gurub tonight. It is a brutal night for raiders. We got 8 times 9 is 54. I guess 54. That's fair. I mean, I feel like if you're raiding, I don't know. I feel like if you are raiding in hardcore, like you have learned a thing or two, but maybe there are people trying raiding for the first time because of the buff. The thing is, though, this buff doesn't stack with the normal version of this, and I think most of the time when people are raiding, they do pick up all the buffs before they go in, or many of them do, um, just as good practice. Somebody else dead? Ugarub tonight. Yeah, try it in case there's a fix for your issue. I feel like I could stand to sell some of these potions. I don't think I'm gonna get through this many. 4 silver each. 20 silver per. Honestly, I would like to get the next ones up, I think. Come to think. So maybe I'll sell all of these and go ahead and buy 4. I'll go ahead and buy the next one up. I don't remember what the name of it was, though. Is it Major? I think it was Major. Yeah. Major healing potion. For all your needs. Alright, I will buy this 5-pack. Couple of things that I could vendor, I suppose. Cleaning up my inventory, and then we figure out what we are gonna do. I have greens that don't sell on the auction house, but feel too potentially useful to just vendor. You should level your hunter again at some point, because I think some of these items would be great to go to a hunter, to be honest. We're like the mid-30s, though, so they're a little bit far away from where you are. Somebody's dead in Blackrock Depths. It is a brutal night. Somebody dead in Maradon? Songvale says that she's been hesitating to level her hunter because she wasn't sure if the internet would turn out to be actually better.
You need something?
But it has been better than it was for a while there. Yeah. It seems better is how I would describe it. I think maybe I'll send these leather items to Can you hear my brain just empty? Send the items over to Astraeus, my leatherworking alt. I guess I do have a bank alt, but I think all of her bags are full too.
Have a good
Yeah, so I mean, if it's basically as good as it was before your previous internet just absolutely like died out, that point, might as well. If you were willing to play then, I guess you're willing to play now. Alright, we are gonna make our way over to Daenerys, and see if we can find this guy for the Sunken Temple. He is apparently in Troll Ruins in Daenerys. So, we're gonna hunt him down. I know that I could probably look it up in Wowhead, but we're gonna see if we can just find it on our own first. We are gonna go ahead and... Ooh! Somebody else with a TRP! Very cool. And they are not in this guild. That was cool. Um... Maybe we give her some of this stuff. Let's see. 5 agi, 4 speed. Oh, I think we give some of her this stuff. I'm just gonna pass on this stuff to her and let her enjoy some of those things, and hopefully it keeps her alive, because she has some weak stuff at the moment. See, what class is she playing? I guess I just sort of assumed she is Hunter. Yes, Raylaris Moonwhisper, so also a beautiful name. So I passed her a bunch of things. I hope to not see her on the death roll. Oh, the sad, sad moments where somebody posts in the chat and I look forward to welcoming a new friend to the constellation. But alas, it is a bot. And this one has, like, its name is like an alert to go to the bathroom. I don't know. That's kind of funny. I have also been alerted that I now have watched enough hours of my own stream to unlock the current drop for World of Warcraft, which is purple sweatsuit. Honestly, not a get that I'm overly excited about, so I will unlock it because they already gave it to me, but yeah, I feel like those bots have like generated names where it's just like random nouns and adjectives. Somebody is stuck in the Darkshire chimney and needs help. Their name is Fierce Fart. Um, I don't think you want fart stuck in your chimney. Like, that sounds like it would stink up the house really bad. Admittedly, should I have acknowledged them in my very classy stream? I don't know. Yeah, they need help with more than one issue. You're entirely right, Songvale. Fear not via chirping. It is time to tend some Tamagotchis. Wow, we are right on time for the boat. How often does that happen? I am really hoping that, oh, goodness gracious. Terrifying. There is board on the boat here. On the boat here. We'll just make sure that we are not flagged. Your orc does not look like the orc in the picture, and it is bothering you. Oh, are you drawing an orc right now? Having trouble with the work through it part of drawing today. Well, what you could tell yourself is that you need to keep trying it for, like, say, 10 more minutes, and then after that, you can pause and do something else. I have to say, the little sea creature that I'm raising right now is super cute, and it does, like, the little bongos thing when it, like, is walking. It's so good. By bongos, I mean, like, you know, it beats its feet back and forth. Extremely cute. Little bongos. I have to say, these, like, two horde are, like, not afraid of anything. I would be very afraid to do this on my hardcore character. guess the guards don't seem to care. Oh, no, they're gonna pull the guards themselves. I am busy watching a Tamagotchi lift flags on the one side, so see how this goes for them. This is not dangerous for me because I am not PvP flagged. But yeah, they're not having any issues. I think it's a tank and a healer, and like, they're fine. So, alright then. Well, I have no idea what their goals are. This Tamagotchi is happy and ready for bed very shortly. We're just gonna check the other two before I am running around. I don't know. I take it they're probably just, like, bored. You know? Like, I think they're just making trouble for fun. I don't like to send my even though you can't like send the Tamagotchis to bed, I like to send them to sleep like fully happy and fully fed. So it is a little slow in the evenings when it's time to put them to bed. Oh hey, that's really not convenient. I was gonna fly somewhere. That was dumb. I guess I should have gotten on there. Now we have even longer to, like, sit and hang out. I should have gotten on the flight path. Alright, this one is also ready for bed. Ooh, zonked out little whale, very cute. Songvale hates to think what would happen if I accidentally ran too close to the horde town with these two in the zone. Yeah, just absolutely get destroyed. Alright, we got 2 out of 3 asleep. We'll take a look at the last one here. Last one is doing good, except for the fact that he has in fact poopied. I have a snack on this Tamagotchi. I need like a webcam that like I just do Tamagotchi on. Like it won't show my face, but it will show my Tamas. Also, I think I would like to have one to do miniatures painting and sewing with, but that's not as funny as a Tamagotchi. Like, some people have, like, a cat cam. I could have a Tama cam. Currently, LFG is sort of having a political discussion, but, like, on the side of a discussion about US politics, it's Americans versus Australians in, like, who has the better political system or political issues. I don't know. Um, and we have gotten to the point where someone's like, well, at least the US didn't lose a war to a bunch of emus. So honestly, hardcore is going great at the moment. Australia will never live down the time their army was destroyed by birds. Honestly, they probably will never live down the time their army was destroyed by birds. Alright, and we got the third Tama to. Oh, I don't know. How long has our stream been this evening, Songvale? An hour and a half. Alright, that's fair. I do think we'll try to do 2 hours. Um that is brutal, Centrius. I'm so sorry to see that. We'll try to do 2 hours, but I have to admit, part of me wonders if this flight path being down is a sign that we should call it for the evening. You know, like, maybe those two Horde were angels, and they were here to communicate. Don't! Stop! What are you thinking? You want to keep going? I'm on my way to Daenerys to try and find the quest NPC that is just described as being in Troll Ruins.
See you soon.
57, brutal. Yeah, I don't set my hearth to gadgets in. That's fair. Yeah, I won't do anything in gadgets in. We'll check out some ruins. We'll see if we can find him. We'll give it a shot. Songville does not want to have told me to continue if I die. That makes sense. I think I will be okay. These are all greens. So I think riding I'll be okay. I'm gonna check some ruins down south. Few new flowers. I don't know if I've ever picked Fire Bloom before. Oh hey, we never like picked an objective. What do you think it should be? Should it be like having to collect a bunch of different ores, or getting a certain number of professions at, like, maxed out in different expansions? What do you think when you look at, because I think the Brutosaur, like, it has the auction house component, but then also the, like, flavor text points out something that I didn't realize, which is that oh, first try, we found him. Okay. Very anticlimactic. Okay. That each of the gems is a different color to highlight each of the expansions up to last year. I have no idea how many that would be.
Talk to me.
I know. I'm out here in the middle of nowhere. My home is actually in Ratchet, but after crashing my Zeppelin here, I thought I might as well start the research I came here to do.
Glad I could help.
Yes, the Sunken Temple. I can say that I've seen it with my own eyes. Perhaps you'd like to hear more about it? You look like the adventurous type. I know things that may intrigue you.
Hurry back.
I once entered the foreboding chambers of the Sunken Temple. The evil in that place penetrates all that enter. I barely managed to find my way out, wading through the ooze that now covers the floors. All I can remember is stumbling through a large circular room filled with serpent statues. Recently, I discovered a round stone that appeared to have the same serpent symbol imprinted on it. I had it packed up and shipped to my workshop in Ratchet. Retrieve it, and I might be able to tell you more.
Keep it real.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna go pick up this stone and bring it back to him.
Glad I could help.
Right, Ranger. I'm a scientist, but also a treasure hunter at heart. Long ago, when trolls used to occupy this land, they created large amounts of ornaments modeled after Gazrilla, a hydra they worshipped as a deity. These ornaments are carved out of an element that I call Gazridian, after the hydra god. I did find some myself, but I'd have to find some more to study. Maybe you can find some? I even invented a detector that makes finding the Gazridian a snap. Just put it on and the search begins.
Alright. That might be an option for a quest that we could do that is not so dangerous as well. But let's go back up to Ratchet. I think I'm kind of enjoying the chat and fly stream. Let's see. Songville says max out one profession in each expansion, and maybe a thematic profession expansion match where possible, like doing Inscription for Wrath, but it has to be something I can do between now and the end of December. That's fair. I think I want to, like, amass a collection of things, but admittedly having, like, a collection of, like, maxed out professions also feels like things. But part of me wants to like look at bank tabs that are full of all of the icons of like different kinds of ores and different kinds of gems and all of that. I guess I could do collect one of every gathering or one of every like profession item. Maybe. That could be kind of cool.
Welcome. See you soon.
Oof. Somebody dying in the exact zone that I am. Like, what a vanilla quest, though. You go find this guy. I'm not going to tell you where he is, in the middle of the desert. I found him. He says, okay, I have something to tell you, but first, please fly halfway across the continent and get something from my house and come back. What a vanilla quest. I love it. I absolutely love it. Do you have any plans for what you want to work on in WoW? And also, are you going to be getting a Brutosaur, or are you just intent on the fact that I should spend $90 on a Brutosaur? Oh my gosh, 59 down. That is so brutal. Please do not let that be me in the future. Just please do not. It is a lot. Why do you feel like I really need one, but you don't? Knowing that it's a lot of money that one of us, at least, is going to spend. Longwell says, because every time we see one, I comment on the depth of my regret over not buying one, and it seems true. Okay, yeah, that's fair. I guess you do not comment on that nearly as much as I do. I think I really like the idea of the Brutosaur. I don't like number go down in bank account. And it's such a big number. It's also interesting because I feel like if it's not available, I'm like, oh, I wish I could buy that. But like now that it's available, I feel like I don't need to buy it. It's right there, and it's okay. It's okay that I don't have it. But probably, yeah, as soon as it goes away again, I'll be like, damn it, why didn't I buy that? I want that. The whole situation is just tough. Like reverse FOMO. Like when it's here, I feel secure and I don't want it, but then once it's already gone, then I'm upset I've missed out. Okay. Let's see. Recently discovered a round stone, packed up and shipped to the workshop in Ratchet. I'm not sure where his workshop is. Oh, I bet that's his workshop right there. Oh, quest. Even if it's not his workshop, that's fine.
Hi there. No, Marvin sure isn't here, and he won't be back for quite some time. Actually, I'm getting a little worried about him. I hope he gets back soon. A large chest arrived for him, and it's too heavy for me to lug it inside here. I had to leave it out by the door.
Oh, this is his workshop. Okay.
Being an apprentice to Marvin Rivetseeker, I've learned so much. But he's been gone for such a long time now, so I think I'm going to work on some experiments of my own. I've been reading about the Ungoro crater most recently, and about the strange volcanic activity going on in the middle of the crater. I think a lot could be learned if I could just get some ash from the elementals there. You think you'd mind collecting some for me if you're going out that way?
Be good.
Alright. You'd be able to do that. Chest. Great. Alright, we got that. We got this next quest for Ungoro. Ooh, it is red. We will not go do that right now. Not even a little bit.
Time is money, friend. For real.
Back down to Tenerith. What are your plans for the evening when stream wraps up here in about 15 minutes? Fell to your death at 29. Being despondent and unsure what to do next. Oh, my friend. Are you losing track of time while you're hanging out with me? That's fair. I was just wondering, like, if this was helping. Because even though I might not be live for the wider public, of course, we could still continue to hang out. Drowning death. Yeah, stream's been going on for quite a while. We got about 10 more minutes left. I think I generally try to go for 2 hours unless I'm like really in the zone, but I don't know how often I'm going to get to be in the zone because the reality is like I'm streaming alongside working most of the time now. So I'm either streaming in the evening like this where it's like, okay, we're headed towards bedtime. I need to kind of calm down a little bit, get ready to go to bed. Streaming right before, you know, day job. So I have to call it when I need to call it. Another person down in Zul'Gurub. I feel like that and Nax are the deadliest places. I just can tell that I am, like, I don't feel like I'm tired, but I definitely feel like I'm just not having as much to say. So 2 hours seems like a good pause point for keeping a strong vibe. I also really need to remember to use this True Shot aura. Like, 45, or sorry, 75 attack power is a lot. Another herb. We'll pick that up. Received a picture. What is it? What is it? Ooh, I mean, it looks like an orc to me, dude. I think it's that really long jaw. I didn't realize that I, like, thought of that as being a very orc thing, but that super long jaw is key. The jaw, and then there's the small nose, but, like, the very still intelligent eyes. Ooh. Okay, so they're just on the ground. I don't have to, like, summon anything. Well, we could ride around and find some of those before I log out too, I suppose. Yeah, like, I didn't really realize that until I was, like, studying this picture, and I was like, okay, this isn't photorealism, but it's definitely an orc. Why do I feel that way? And, because they have so much jaw. Have you heard of this before, where, like, there's, like, 4 tracks that set out from Gadget Sand, and they all kind of break off? Like, here you can see this person fell in the sand and died here, but one kept going. There's, like, a story of, like, 4 different people that you can see if you follow footprints in the sand. It is very macabre, yes. We'll follow the end. The last person to survive is this track that's out here, stumbling alone. Here they lost their halberd, and their shield, and their life. The end. It is very sad, but it's also, like, very cool to, like, realize that there's a situational storytelling happening there. I have missed where we were going. Very good world design. We got another person in Zul'Gurub dead tonight. Somebody in LFG said, call that ZG, damn. And I am inclined to agree. This many people have died. It's time for everyone to log out for the night. What have you pinned one of your messages? Ah, it was a mistake. Okay, I was like, I don't understand. Oh my gosh. Another person dead in ZG. That is okay. Another person dead in ZG. Ooh, this run is going to hell. Oh, 4. We're at 4. This is not good. Wonder if it's gonna be on Hardcore Moments, to be honest. We're gonna find out what happened. Somebody in LFG says, see you in the compilation. Salute. Yeah, definitely should have called it a while ago.
What's up? Hurry back!
Ratchet is not far from here, Bright Ranger. The journey shouldn't take long.
Glad I could
Yes.
help.
This is the stone. It's all coming back to me now, Bright Ranger.
Keep it real. Glad I
Inside the
could help.
temple, I found a circular room with 6 balconies, each one with a serpent statue on the edge. Curious, I pushed one of them to see what would happen, and it was a trap. I nearly fell to my death from the explosion. Laying there on the ledge, I looked down and noticed that there was another statue at the base of the room. An altar of sorts. A car, I think it was called. I think that this altar is the secret. You must bring this token to the altar in the sunken temple.
Keep it real. Hurry back.
My memories are cloudy, but I will tell you what I can. The circle of statues in the sunken temple, while dangerous, I believe they hold the secret to unlock an even greater treasure. From the main altar, I was able to activate a series of lights. I think that if you can uncover what these lights mean, you might be able to unlock whatever secrets are hiding in this room. I warn you, though, Bright Ranger, great evil lies in the temple. It's likely that anything valuable will be fervently guarded.
Keep it real.
Alright. Well, we have, we have a couple more quests for Sunken Temple. We're also not doing right now. We may, let's see, do we got our Hearthstone in 5 minutes? Flying up for 5 more minutes, looking for these things on the ground to pick up. And then after that, I think we are going to hearth back to Stormwind and call it a night. What do you think, Songvale? How was the stream this evening? I'm not totally sure. I think it is like lower 50s. I don't think it is really like a level 60 endgame dungeon, but it's probably low to mid 50s. I am glad that you found it very pleasant this evening. I do want to get back into streaming more than once a week. It's just Friday was really the other day I was thinking about doing it, and I just keep having stuff where it's like, oh no, I'm gonna go do something Friday morning. So it hasn't happened. It was chill and positive. It was indeed very chill, and I'm glad it was overall positive. I think we are gonna do some kind of professions material collection thing to get a Bruto. But I have to think about what that is and also how I will figure out what I need to do. Because I'm not sure if I just want to, like, get a list off of Wowhead. But maybe. Yeah, Monday mornings actually could work in the end because I was like, well, I have to start work earlier, but no, I don't. I still start at 12:30 and I just don't have as much time before students arrive. I feel like a stack of all like a 20 stack of all crafting reagents would definitely be challenging to do in less than a month. But maybe that's what makes it a challenge. But I think that's what I'm on. I'm gonna do some kind of collection of professions materials items. 151. 2 minutes left. 2 minutes left. We are definitely not finding the other 23 in 2 minutes. I think my friend is very competent, and I believe that she did this sketch in half an hour. Why are you knowing, friend? Is it because the stream is almost over? It is, yes. But you can still enjoy your time with me this evening. Although I do recommend going and caring for your dog. Another great WoW hardcore character name would be Did I Die Though? You know, and then when inevitably you do in fact die, the answer would be yes, you did die though. Alright, we'll ride back in, find somewhere safe to hearth, and then say our farewells for the evening. Worth It. I think Worth It would be a great name. We are hearthing out. Well, thank you very much, folks, for tuning in. I have no idea when I'll be back, and I do not want to make any commitments. I often ramble about how I think it'll be tomorrow or maybe Friday, and like so far it hasn't been for a long time. I have no idea when I'll be back. I'm gonna be totally real with you, except for the fact that it probably will be, for sure, sometime in next Wednesday, as I am doing a very good job of maintaining my Wednesday streak. I would love more impetus to get into drawing and doing some more Pokemon, so please, by all means, come on in, let me know that that's what you're looking for. if that is what you're looking for. I know Songvale is going to want World of Warcraft because that's the thing we share. Songvale, I'd like another roleplay post from you, and I will see you all in the future. I agree. Okay, let's do this would be a hilarious hardcore name. Have a good night, folks. Let's hope the next person to die is not me.